Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of mine. This is going to be a Harry Potter HBO Max series crew review. Alright, we're going to be looking at the crew for season 1 and seeing hey, what do we think about these guys? This is very long overdue. Announcements started in terms of the crew, right? Exactly a year ago. I think they started with the trio first. And then they started with a couple of teachers, the Dursleys, and I think weeks, months would pass by, and maybe 2 new cast members would be announced. I know the Weasley twins were probably one of the last ones to get announced, from what I can remember, as well as Percy. It was all through kind of the middle to the end of 2025 is when we got random updates of the cast, which I thought was interesting. They didn't all just push it out all at once. They're obviously done filming for season 1. I think they're going to start on season 2 very soon, so I had to get this review out now, especially if I want to do a review for season 2, which I probably will. I'm sure there's quite a few different characters that we kind of want to explore. So oh my gosh, I'm so white. I just want to go over some principles right before, because I think this is my first crew review in terms of just YouTube in general, so I want to go over some stuff. This is obviously to better understand the vision for the filmmakers and why they're making this series. What do they want to tell with the characters and the scenes that they're going to be making? I guess the most important principle would be the FHQ. Fit and Hope is the acronym that I want to use. We're using a scale of 1 to 10, and the fit obviously is how much physically do they fit the role, and our hope is more about how is their personality, the way that they say words and their facial expressions. How do we think that's going to fit? How much hope do we have in that actor or actress to bring that character to life? And I'm sorry again if my face is super white. I hate this camera. Trust me, I've tried messing with the settings. It's stupid, but anyways, yeah, this is kind of an important one. Some of the cast members don't even have ratings because they're too young, or I just really don't know much about their filmography. And even if I do know a little bit of their filmography, doesn't mean I've watched really any of their stuff. And the last one, yeah, professionalism, all that stuff. So we're gonna get right into it with our first cast member, and that of course is going to be Dominic McLaughlin. All right, 12 years old. He is Scottish, which is an interesting touch, right? He's not British, and he's been in 2 notable, if you search up his name, you'll see these 2 projects come up. Interesting enough, in the movie Grow, he's with Nick Frost, and Nick Frost is, if you don't know, well, you're going to find out, Hagrid in this series, right? So him and Hagrid are definitely going to have hopefully some good chemistry. I haven't watched this movie, so I really don't know how much they interact or whatnot. I just thought that was a fun little tidbit there. I give him a 10 out of 10, just straight. He fits, bro. This is cool. He hopefully is going to be short. Hopefully he has his short parents. All right. He is skinny. Looks a little bit raggedy, scrawny, untidy hair. I really do like his look. And from what I saw in the teaser, I liked his demeanor, his emotion in his face when Petunia's cutting his hair, to the wonder that's on his face when he's looking all around Hogwarts and he's in his robes and he's bro, what is this? I would like to preference this, that a couple of months ago I did do an in-depth note-taking analysis on book 1, and I went over physical descriptions, personality traits. I went over tone as well, which I thought was really important to add. I even went over skills. That's what I'm going to also be basing the FNH on, so I wanted to add that before we continue on more. Now I'm actually going to pull up my notes here now from book 1. I plan on taking a lot of extensive notes on all the books. Alright, so here we have Ron, Alistair Stout, possibly 12, he is British, and his projects, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's been in quite a few musicals, film school for sure. There's just a few things I want to speak on him. He doesn't have an F and H. I really don't have anything to base it off of, really. I really do hope he's tall. He doesn't look tall for a 12-year-old, but I don't really care, right? Even 13, it's you're still growing. 14, okay. But certainly as the series goes on, I really do hope he is taller than the twins. That's, we don't know. Hopefully he has tall parents. And the thing that I remember, Rupert Grint is his name, right? That played Ron in the movies. He was so good at exuberating emotion and sometimes being very annoying. But he was really good at that. He was very good at showing when he was disgusted or when he was afraid, uncomfortable with whatever was going on at the moment. And I really hope this kid has the ability to do that too, because that's what made many of us like Ron, you know? And sometimes we thought Ron was quite well, at least I thought he was quite annoying at times, you know? Maybe sometimes a little bit too harsh, you know, especially when it came to Hermione. So I really do hope he could turn that into something that Rupert was able to do. So that'll be fun to kind of see with this guy. In terms of rating, I can't give you anything. We have then Hermione Granger, Arabella Stanton. She's 12. She's British. And there's a couple of plays there. Apparently in the UK, she's a really big deal. I don't know. I've never really seen any of her stuff. She is, fun fact, she is the only one in the HBO series that is also in the books. What do you call it? In the audiobooks. It's a very new thing with those audiobooks. I forgot what it's on, what kind of platform it's on, but they did a new like recording, right? I think this past year. With recording for the books. I don't know if it's on Kindle or what. Like, all I know is that she's the only actress that has portrayed her voice into those books. All 7 of those books. Or no, all I think it was the first 3. So yeah, I'm very even though I don't have a rating, I'm very hopeful. I mean, bushy hair. Hopefully she has the ability to be very annoying. Very bossy. From what I've seen, I think it was a couple of audition tapes that I saw of hers. I really do think she could pull that off, just like Emma Watson did. So I'm just hoping she can, and also Alistair. I really do hope they can put the new spin into it for sure. How they're gonna do that, I really don't know yet. Now we're going to go to probably the biggest actor. Yeah, he's definitely the biggest in this cast. It's going to be John Lithgow. He's 80. He is American, of course. And look at all those, man. Look at that. And it's not even. There's more. There's only like a quarter of this stuff. But I showed you what I think is the most famous of his works. I know him very exclusively from Dexter. Really fell in love with his character and what he was able to do in that antagonist role. Interstellar, of course, he didn't play that much of a big part in it, but he was there. The Crown, I've heard good things. I also watched The Conclave. I liked him in Conclave, and a few of these I haven't seen, but he's a great actor, man. He's very rangy. He can play good and bad guys. I like the look. I seriously do. I was kind of like, I wonder like what they're gonna do with him, how they're gonna make him look. He looks like Dumbledore, you know? I just hope that they could kind of emphasize on the crooked nose. I think that would be awesome. If I'm not mistaken, they did that for the movies. So man, like, you just put a prosthetic on and let's get to work, man, on that nose. There's so much to say about Dumbledore's personality that I think I'll leave that for a future Harry Potter video, probably before season 1 comes out, which is in December. This is great. I like this. But you want to know what's better, though? Jeanette McTeer. All right? Jeanette McTeer. I said this in my review of the trailer, just a couple of other YouTube videos down. She is my favorite actress just in this film. I most notably know her from Ozark. I thought she did amazing. And when I heard she was cast here, I was extremely excited to see her again. I haven't seen too much of her other works. I really haven't. But I really do like her in Ozark. She played the character well for, I think it was quite a few seasons. You could really sense the authoritative presence in this actress. I can't wait to see what she does with this role. And yeah, I'm going to give it a 10 just like I gave Lithgow. So now we're going to get into the controversial stuff. All right, Papa Ezadu. All right, 35. He's British, and we have a couple of notable projects there: Murder on the Orient Express, Black Mirror, Demon 79, which I have never seen. I watched all the episodes of that season except that one. Uh, the Lazarus Project, Gangs of London, I'm actually interested in seeing, so I do want to take a look at that, actually. The race swap, right? You know, I wouldn't care if it wasn't for the fact that the showrunners of this TV show said that they are going to try to adapt to the books. They're going to respect the books and stick to the book. You know, like, you know, you're going to grab resource from the book, you know, and try to make everything book accurate. And I'm one of those kind of guys is like where, bro, like, just stick to the material of the book, you know. Definitely add some fun, super shocking, sometimes really crazy things that are not in the books that to make the movies real interesting. I'm not overly negative about this casting. I've been seeing a couple of different Harry Potter content creators kind of just go crazy over this and be like, nah, like, this is so messed up. This is so, like, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, you know, like, sorry. You know, I'll just say it. I'm not excited for this casting, but I'm willing to give his performance of season 1 a good shot and see, like, hey, like, can this work? Even the hair, like, if they just put that silky black long hair that looks like it hasn't been washed in 3 weeks on him, I kind of would have felt a bit better, you know, about this. But they give him dreadlocks, so it's, you know, this is going to be hard to kind of conceptualize, you know? The damage is done, essentially. They're not going to be book accurate. This series, it doesn't care about being book accurate at this point if they're going to make this big of a change on a big-time character, right? I kind of sympathize with you if you think that's judgmental thinking. But just someone who loves this series, who loves the books, who loves the movies, I have to stick true to what I believe. Again, you know, if this series was like, you know what, we're not going to be that book accurate, you know, we're going to switch things up a little bit. That certainly would have pissed people off, especially the book readers. But what pisses book readers off even more is they said they were going to be book accurate. That's all I have to say about this situation. I'm a bit intrigued, if anything, because they picked him out of so many other candidates. And you could say that for every cast member on this block, right? And let's be honest, I mean, I'm sure it was maybe like 20 or 50. You know, we don't even know. So I'm not even going to put a number to it. But I'm sure there was quite a few auditions for this role right here. And he got it. And I really do hope that says something about his acting chops. Much rather than his skin color. What would it have taken Adam Driver to get on board with this? Here we have Luke Thalin. All right, he's 30. He's British, and he's been in a couple of things. I'm not quite sure if they're movies. I'm pretty sure they are. Don't know much about this guy at all. I like his look. He has an interesting staring eye look. You know, he's only going to be in this season. In some ways, he is, you know, again, he's a surprise antagonist, right? So we want to kind of see both sides of his good and his evil. Not make it too obvious that he's faking the whole entire, let's say, like 7 episodes that he's a good guy. So yeah, just based off look, yeah, we're hopeful. Are we exuberant? Are we going to give it a 10? No, because I don't know what this guy... I don't know this guy. Warwick Davis, right? So this is the only cast member that is coming back from the original movies. He's 56. He's British. Projects, of course, here. And he's also been in Star Wars films, you know. He's been that brown little Ewok. Yeah, is it an Ewok? Yeah. And then his Leprechaun, or whatever the heck you say, film series. There's like 8 of those Leprechaun movies, man. I never knew about it until I started doing research for Davis. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about another like person coming in from movie to show. Yeah, you know, I wish we could have gotten a new face, to be quite honest with you. Maybe he's just the right guy for the job. Nonetheless, though, I'm glad to see him back. And then we have Madam Hooch, 47. She's British. And yeah, she's quite like current in terms of what she's doing now. She's got a TV show on right now that I'm probably not gonna watch. She has a nice look to herself with the short hair. I can't really give a rating just because like I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to do that, especially when we haven't seen her in the trailer. All I could say is I hope she can be stern. And that's about it. Siren Saba. She's 51, Lebanese. She's going to be playing Professor Sprout. She definitely looks like a plant lady. So that's all I gotta say about her. She's drinking something green in that cup right there. So, you know, it's a good sign, you know. Richard Durden. We're flying through these now. He's going to be playing a character who was not seen in the movies, Professor Binns, the ghost. He is British, and yeah, none of these projects are familiar, right? But he's old. Looks like he could play a ghost for sure. I don't even know if he's mentioned in any of the other books, so maybe he is. Who knows? But yeah, I couldn't really give a score on this. Now this is one I could give a score on. Nick Frost. All right, 52. He's British. All right, and I haven't seen. You know what? I'm pretty sure I've seen Tomb Raider, and I feel like I've seen him somewhere else. I just can't put my foot on it. In terms of giving him a 5 out of 10, fit and hope for the fit and wait, bro, that's supposed to be an H. Oh my gosh, did I put M's on that? I didn't like his voice in the trailer. I just didn't. Like, I even said it in the trailer review. I didn't like his voice. I don't like his beard either. I think it needs to be bigger. It needs to be like right here on his cheeks. It's all the way down here. Like, it's like mine. That's not good. It needs to be covering most of his face. Also, I think he needs to be a little bit more like belly, like a little bit more belly wise. Yeah, he's tall. That's like about it. He feels like a skinny Hagrid, you know, because again, he's showing a lot of face, and his face is slim. It's not like it's like kind of like, you know, bit bubbly, you know. That's how it's depicted in the books, and that's how he was depicted in the movies. So yeah, I always want to give hope, right, to especially the actors and actresses who I haven't seen play their respective roles yet. I really do hope he surprises me. It's hard to have hope for what I've seen already from him. So here we have Paul Whitehouse, right? I gave him a 9. Now, you know, he has an interesting project list, all right? He was in Alice in Wonderland. I think he played the bunny. And he was also, it was the second cast member to be in the Harry Potter series movie. Prisoner of Azkaban, but he was in a deleted scene. It kind of doesn't count. He played I think it was a knight when Sirius Black broke into Hogwarts, and the fat lady like just ran. She was like, "Bro, I'm out of here, deuces." And this guy in the armor, and also in the books, I think spots her out. Like he kind of like tells Dumbledore and the whole crowd like where she's at, and kind of like gives them instructions and whatnot. Oh my gosh, wait, I just remembered. In the book, I also think this is the same knight who gives Harry and Ron instructions to get to the astronomy tower. So yeah, but again, like yeah, it probably is the same knight. Other than that, I like his look. I feel like he could be as wicked as this guy right here. Don't know his name on top of my head. Oops. I'm gonna give it a 9 just based off look. I know that's kind of contradictory because I didn't give any of these guys ratings, but I make the rules around here. Pompey Pomfrey. I never know how to pronounce that. Brennan. She's 71, Irish, and I've not seen any of these movies. But again, she looks like a sweet old lady, and that's what we need in this character. So, I mean, she is very strict too in the books, especially when Harry's in the hospital on like around page 300 in the first book. Now we have Anton Lester, who is playing Ollivander just for that short scene. Man, I like his look. He looks cool. I like the hair. Game of Thrones, The Crown, and Andor, Endeavor. Like, bro, that's a good project list right there. And of course, I'm only like bringing up super relevant projects, not, you know, just Not just anything's making this list for projects, right? I also, his voice comes out in the trailer too, and I like that. So I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10. Can't wait to see him like further in the older books, right? Like 6 and 7, I believe, is where he makes another appearance. So we got Bertie Carvel, 48, British. He looks too handsome to be playing Cornelius Fudge. Now, I don't have a character description on him because I don't think, he's not in this book for book 1. But you know what? I'm gonna have to see about that. Yeah, I think it's book. What is it? Is it book 3, where we finally get a character description of him, like an in-depth one? We'll see. Yeah, my thoughts are he's a bit too handsome. Maybe a fat suit would help this out. And speaking of fat suits, we're gonna get to this. Oh yeah, he's the next one. Daniel Rigby. He needs to be fatter. Like his face needs to be fatter. His belly needs to be fatter. Like that's what the book is telling us, right? That he's purple and looks like a pig. Well, Dudley looks like a pig, but he looks like a big pig. You know, this is the first character that we're going to see, well, according to the books, that we're going to see, and we're going to get a feel for this world, right? And so I do like have very like high hopes for him and like what he's going to be able to do. I saw just the Waldo moment of Black Mirror, and I can't remember if like how he did, but again, it's like, this needs a buff, bro. This needs a buff. Like, his character description is not clocking for me. That's why I'm giving it a 6/10, bro. Yeah, that's about it. But when it pertains to his wife, though, Belle Prowley, Petunia, she's 34. She's British. Haven't seen any of her work, but man, I mean, she looks vicious, bro. I mean, look at that face. That's just a face you want to punch, right? I feel like she's going to do great. She's going to set the stage for Home of Harry, the boy who lives under a cupboard board. And I like what I saw in the trailer. I can't wait to see more, honestly. Amos Kitson, British, 12, possibly 12. I don't mess with the look, bruh. Like, I think he looks like a bully. He looks like a natural bully. I like him for this role. I just wish he had a fat suit on, bro. He looks too normal. Come on, you know, like. But other than that, it's like, yeah, this guy looks like he could be mean, you know, which is awesome. I'm rooting for his performance. I can't wait to see him like just really be a force in that first episode. Probably not in the second. They're probably gonna move on to like Harry and Hagrid going out and just like going to Hogwarts and whatnot. I'm really excited to see him and his mom and dad just tear stuff up. Catherine Parkinson, bro. Molly Weasley. Dang. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. She a little too fine. She a little too fine to be playing Molly Weasley, bro. I'm not gonna cap with you. Holy goodness, alright? Haven't seen any of her stuff. I like the look. So, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, this pains me because this is kind of like retrospect. We have Gracie Coltrane, Christian Gabriel Horland, and Rory Spooner. I put them all together just because, you know, I didn't want to make more slides. Gracie, unfortunately, she's not gonna be in the series anymore, bro. When I found this out like I think the day it came out, which was a few weeks ago. And when I found out, I was like, dang, man, like she looks like good for the part for Ginny, man. And I was like, man, like what is this gonna do for the chemistry, right? For Ginny and Harry, you know, like. Dang. And the thing is, though, is like they don't have much interaction, right? In the first book, we only see Ginny 2 times. That's both at the train station, and it's not for that long. But still, it's like, that sucks, man. It always sucks when you have to recast, right? I really don't have much to say other than, you know, Cool Twins, Percy. He looks like a Percy. He seriously does. Like, he has that probably pompous face that, and I mean no offense to this, right, to Spooner, but he definitely looks like a goody two shoes. He's kind of like a diva. Moving on, we got Johnny Flynn, who is going to be playing Draco Malfoy, or sorry, Lucius Malfoy, Draco Malfoy's father. Can't wait to see, man. What are they gonna do with that hair, huh? They're gonna give that luxurious blonde hair like they did with what's his name? I haven't seen any of his stuff. I do like his look though. I give it a 7.5. I wonder why. It's gonna look quite a little bit low. I'd probably give it a little bit higher, maybe an 8.5. Lux Pratt. I saw The Lord of the Flies. I watched, I think, 3 episodes, and I didn't finish it. I have not watched the 4th episode. The reason why I watched the series in the first place, which came out, I think, a month and a half ago, nearly 2 months ago, I want to say, is because of Lux. I wanted to see, like, bro, like, he's going to be in a villain role. He's going to be playing Jack. I want to see how he's going to do. I thought he played very well. Like, I was actually really, like, I wasn't surprised at all. I was more like, man, this is like the recognition that this guy deserves, right? To be in a film like this on Netflix, and then to go on to do this. And I found some. I was actually watching a clip earlier. I think it was yesterday, and he was being interviewed. So he sent in an audition, right? I guess like the audition team or whatnot got back to him, and they were like, yeah, you know, we're going for some, you know, this cast a bit younger, you know. That was kind of like his way of saying, I want to say that they just weren't looking for him, you know, for his age range specifically. But then his agent told him to send another audition tape, so he did. He got a call back, and they started, you know, talking with him more, getting interested more. And he eventually got the part, you know, at 14. He's not 12, right? So it's like, he's a bit older. But so was Tom Felton, right? He was a little bit older. I really do hope him and Harry's chemistry just of hate, it really hits well, just like Tom and Daniels did. Here we have William Nash. He is around 12 or 13. He's British. He's unknown. So yeah. Him as Goyle, a good look, you know, he looks similar to the other Goyle, so I like that. He's big, hopefully he's tall. We want these guys to be burly, big. Their parents just, you know, just like 6'4", 6'5". We talking about like just big giants, right? So I like his look, even though I didn't give him a rating. Now we have Finn Steffens. Age is unknown. He's British. We don't know any projects of his. He is this boy right here. That's right next to Draco, and he does look intimidating, so I like that he's Goyle. He even looks kind of mad here, staring into my soul, so that's awesome to see. I like this. I like him. These 2 boys look like they're bullies. They can be bullies, and that's what we're looking for here. So great casting. Then we got Pansy Parkinson, which, dude, I don't even remember if she was in the movies or not. And if she was briefly mentioned. Actually, I think Pansy was mentioned in the Half-Blood Prince in that movie. So I actually, funny enough, I saw this girl's, I saw a clip on Instagram that she was getting the role. The audition crew was like breaking it to her, and they were like, yeah, you know, you got the part, and she looked so excited, and I was like, man, that's awesome, bro. I do hope she has a good, like, medium, like, as much as you can kind of role with Pansy Parkinson, that we see her reoccurringly throughout the seasons. Yeah, I look forward to seeing how she's going to be incorporated with lines and tone and all that kind of stuff. So Leo Early, who's going to be Iris. Bro, I couldn't believe this little dude's age. Is he seriously 7 to 9? Because if he is, that is insanity. I mean, yeah, you can see definite similarity for Seamus, right? But yeah, someone needs to confirm that, because how old is he actually? Alazia Leone, British, age unknown, projects unknown. I actually got a little like clip of her in the teaser, and she's like, bro, what the heck did Miss Sprout just say? Type stuff. And right next to her is Neville, which you'll see right now. But I look forward to seeing her and her sister. Wait, is it her twin sister? I can't wait to see Parvati's chemistry with Lavender, which is going to be very important in book 3. We see a lot of that reoccurring in that book specifically, so looking forward to that. We now have Lavender, which we know nothing about this little girl, which is totally good. Parents are doing something great, right? I can't say much. I seriously can't, because I don't even think Lavender Brown was a thing in like the early movies. I think only like in, what was it, movie 5 or 6? Maybe they did cast a Lavender in those younger films and I just don't know about it. Neville Longbottom, this little guy here. He's 11, he's British, and he's been in a couple of things. I like the look, I like the bowl cut, you know, I like the little stern. This is also Lavender. I like the little, like, man, he's kind of a nervous kind of like guy, so he's gonna be like, man, like, how am I gonna not try to get in trouble here? And herbology is going to be his best subject, so man, right on. He's in the right class, right? Looking forward to see what this guy can do. Elijah Olsen as Dean Thomas. Don't have much to say here other than, again, you know, and I do want to preference this for many of these characters, including Elijah, Wari, Sienna, Eliasea, Leo. Like, I really do hope I see these youngins like quite frequently throughout the, not just this season, but through all of the seasons. The movies, for what they were, did a good job of incorporating these side characters. But I really do hope that since this is 8 episodes long for this season, for next season, who knows, that they do sprinkle in more of these side characters, because this is what makes Harry Potter, man. Is it's not just the trio, but it's many of these people, it's many of these other characters. So I really do hope they get into that. They for time's sake they couldn't, right, in the main movies, but you know, at some kind of juncture, I don't want to, like, yeah, of course these are side characters, but sometimes I don't want to feel like there's just side characters, right? I want to feel their presence in some sense in these upcoming seasons. So now then we have Leah Gill, who is going to be playing Griphook, so the crazy goblin guy. Most notably, I only know him from Joker 2019. When he tried getting out of that door, or he tried opening the door when you know, Joker guy was like, yeah, you know, like going crazy and killing everybody. So I hope the prosthetics look great. That's all I gotta say about that one. And that's it. That's essentially it. But I'm really excited for this series, guys. I'm not going to be excited about editing this video, I'll tell you that much. But hey, you know, this is part of the grind, bro. What else do I have to say? Really nothing. I think once I get comfortable to make another topic on this HBO Max series, I will. I definitely want to make something before the series starts in December. I'll look out for some big updates. We want to keep updated on these things. I'm definitely not like a news source, because man, that does take quite a bit of time and work. But any like big news announcements, like Voldemort, for instance, if we could get a Voldemort cast announcement, like I'll definitely look at that and I'll be like, whoa, like we gotta talk about this one. Let me know if I got anything wrong, or if you just want to yell at me because my video taking skills are horrible. Let me know. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.